Well, if you're just joining us, this is Real Talk USA with the Real Estate Guy. I'm your host, Chris Dunham. We're talking to Mark Weech from Weech Financial. He's a return guest on our show. He's our CPA expert, local area expert. He works out in the East Valley. WeechFinancial.com is where you can find him online. When does the tax season officially end, Mark?
Well, it just ended in October 15th.
Okay.
That was the final filing deadline for extensions for personal returns.
Okay, so those people that had to do extensions for whatever reason, they just wrapped that up last month.
Correct. If you don't file by then and you owe money,
right,
there will be late filing penalties after that point.
Are they huge penalties?
Yes, they can be.
Wow.
Yeah, depending on how much you owe.
Okay.
Right. So if you owe a little, penalty not so much.
Right.
But
if you get money back, it doesn't matter if you filed it or not.
That's correct. For a personal income tax return,
right,
October 15th doesn't mean anything if you don't owe.
Right.
You can file it within 3 years, actually, and still get your money back.
At the same amount of money?
Correct.
Okay.
No interest.
No. Oh, that's a drag.
Never.
That's a
so
bummer.
if I have my taxes done the last couple of years by XYZ tax agency, and I just don't feel that XYZ gave me everything that I need, can I give everything to you and have you go over everything just to see about the last?
Definitely.
How many years would you go back on that one? Would that be the 3 years?
3 years is pretty much what I would say we could go back on because the statute of limitations ends there with the IRS. So if it's been beyond 3 years since the original filing date or the date you filed, we can't change that return anymore. So even if it was wrong, we can't change that return anymore, and so it's a lost cause.
Okay.
That's a bummer.
It really is, but you know what? 3 years is better than none.
But the flip side is true, Chris. They can't come after you after 3 years either unless they can prove intentional fraud.
Meaning if I don't file a return, but I know I'm getting money back, they can't come after me.
Well, what I'm saying is if there was an error on your return, not intentional,
right,
but that benefited you,
right,
and you got more back than you were supposed to, if those 3 years go by and they don't come investigate it, you're free.
Yeah, what are the odds of that?
So that's 3 years, not 7 years.
Correct.
So when does the 7 years come into play?
I think you're speaking of bankruptcy and things of that nature. Yeah.
Well, I always thought we were supposed to hold our taxes and everything for 7 years because that's 7-year rule for everything. I thought that was just a general financial rule.
We actually recommend 5 years for record retention because the federal statute of limitations is 3 years and the state of Arizona statute is 4 years.
Oh,
so 5 years covers both.
I'm going to have a burning party this weekend.
Yeah, there you go.
A burning party of your tax returns?
Old ones that I no longer need. I want to make sure no one gets them. Yeah, just burn it, baby.
There you go. Real Talk USA, the Real Estate Guy. We are not advocating burning your tax returns.
Be so good in every month. Put in if you are looking to remodel.